Hello and welcome to the Play World Cup. I'm James.
And I'm Jason.
And we are bringing you StarCraft matches from Week 3 of the Play World Cup. Right now we have the industry veterans taking on real serious games, and we are looking at game number 2.
Yep.
And we're on Korhal Compound, one of the new maps.
The first game going to industry vets.
Yep.
So in game number 2, and at the moment, looking at Matt, spawning as the red Terran. For the industry vets, his opponent will be Tan, spawning as the orange Terran, so we're in for another good old-fashioned mirror match TVT.
It's a TVT off.
It's a TVT off.
Everyone get your TVT hats.
Everyone get your cups of coffee. Because you know anytime there's a TVT that you are in for.
It's my TVT stick.
Jesus.
Whenever I have to see a TVT, I bring the stick out. And I go, finish this game.
TVT?
Finish it.
That's a paddling.
That's a big paddling.
But yeah, TVTs generally go on for quite some time. They can end quickly, but more often than not, they don't.
I've got the stick here. I'm waiting.
It's going to finish
It's a hockey stick. It's a Harvard hockey stick, actually.
I didn't know you went to Harvard.
I spent 6 years there studying law.
Wow.
That's why I'm doing this StarCraft tournament.
That's amusing. I'm actually more of a Yale guy myself.
You son of a bitch.
Good luck with that.
We'll have to have pistols at dawn then.
We will. Oops.
Like proper gentlemen.
I forgot we were talking with our big mugs on the right side of the screen for that whole entire time. But hey, look, there's StarCraft.
Hey, StarCraft.
What's this thing?
Well, I think Matt is scouting Tan's base.
He is, indeed.
Tan has an orange base.
And Matt, a red one. Yeah, very astute. Very astute observations.
See, that's what I like about our commentary. We cut through the bullshit into the real issue.
Yeah, we just do science on this thing. We make observations, and then results are produced. What results? Well,
I think that might be the first time I've sworn on the podcast.
Yeah,
too.
you're a horrible person.
Oh, man.
God. So if you were watching this with your children, I apologize.
Then I just slammed the desk, which is probably going to stuff the mic up. It's all gone horribly wrong, frankly.
It has. Where's that stick?
Yeah, I'm just going to hit myself. Just self. Bad caster.
Oh, God. See what I have to put up with here?
This is game number 7. You know. What do you want from me, man?
It's been a long afternoon.
It's brutal.
It is brutal. And so there's nothing like finishing off a long casting session with a 30-minute TVT.
How many minutes?
What?
What? You didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
What are you talking about?
Stop looking at the timer down there on the YouTube video, guys. Keep it a surprise.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Don't look at that. You don't want to know how this ends.
No.
Or when it ends. Or who ends it.
Yep.
That's not important. What's important is that we're together. We're here. You're here.
Everyone's here.
All the good people are here.
All the good people.
Yeah.
Matt, with 400 minerals, I'm expecting... There it is.
There it is. It's green and it's beautiful.
I'm interested in... he's kind of hidden this barracks. So I kind of thought that was a factory when I saw it on the mini-map. Like he was going to try and hide like a banshee or something. But nope, just hiding a barracks just to be tricky. Same time...
I'm seeing Reapers from Tan. Am I seeing things... What?
Reapers?
Look, Reapers. I kid you not, I see a Reaper in the queue. I see 2 Reapers in the queue. I never see Reapers anymore. This is awesome.
Yeah, you don't see Reapers too often. You can get them occasionally in TVT. You can do a bit of a Reaper expand. On this map, it's probably not too bad either because you've got like this whole gigantic wall where you can jump them up. So build up enough Reapers and you can maybe catch your opponent unaware. Matt, running around with some Marines and SCVs.
Looks like he might try and throw a couple of bunkers
Maybe
down
a bunker. Here. He's going to run into that bunker though and be sadly pushed away.
Going to be out-bunkered.
Out-bunkered. Where's that? We've got 1 Reaper.
Second
on the
Reaper
way.
about to come out.
Is Tan's got some cash.
Oh, looks like the SUVs are coming in. You've got to do the clutch repair. Make sure that thing does not go down. Otherwise, it could be sad time city.
Yep, and there we go. We've got those 2 Reapers. They're going to run ahead. Do we have... No, Matt's got that watchtower. So he is indeed seeing 1-2 Reapers run past. But does he have any Marines back home to sort of defend from this Reaper harass?
He's got 2. Is that going to be enough, though?
Not quite enough. 2 Marines for 2 Reapers, but Oh, he's got
Oh,
4
that
now.
four.
4, and if he pulls some SCVs, he'll handle this fine. Oh, unless the Reapers get stuck pre-firing on a building. Nope, getting shoot away. No losses from either side there. But Matt's expansion now has landed, morphing that into an orbital, and Tan's is still being constructed. So Matt with the early economical lead, although Tan does have just a couple more SCVs in his base.
So what do you think he's going to do with these Reapers now? I mean, then, as time goes on, these are going to become less and less useful. So he really needs to take advantage now. Oh, looks
Get
like
those
these
SCVs.
SCVs could speak of the devil.
Matt noticing that. If he can get those Reapers up there, get a full scout out of the base, that will be perfect.
Yep, that's looking pretty good right now. He's going to be able to go into the back line. He's probably going to even be able to snipe some SCVs.
Yeah, he is, actually.
Yeah, he's going to get a few kills. Marines coming in. He's going to have to be pretty proactive about running these guys around the side of the base.
Oh no, hitting that supply depot, causing them to stop and getting shoot away. But he did get a decent... Yeah, he actually got a really good scout out off that base. So Tan pretty much knows exactly what's going on in Matt's base.
And he took out a handful of units, not too many, just 4, but still not too bad considering only 2 Reapers spent to get all that information and a couple of kills.
Yep. But he
Pretty
has, that's brought his SCV lead a little bit more in front. So the economic advantage at the moment going to Tan, but the army advantage going to Matt.
Right, so 10 now constructing, is that a reactor on that factory?
Nope.
That's a tech lab.
So we're going to be seeing some tanks from there. We got
see.
tanks from Matt on the way as well. And 2 sensor towers from Matt. So he's going to be well defended from drops. Or is he? There is a slight gap in that. If Tan wanted to be real tricky, he could fly. Then he's going to hit that missile turret. But, I don't know. Pretty much well defended, Matt is, from any sort of drop shenanigans.
Yeah, I think so too. You can actually see on the minimap your opponent puts up sensor towers. You can see those sensor towers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Tan knows where to avoid if he wants to try anything tricky, but we have got to react. So it looks like we're going to be seeing medevacs, tanks, and a whole bunch of Marines. We did have that stim just finishing off. The combat shields are almost finished. We've got +1 on the way for both of them as well.
Yeah, both of them getting into the upgrades now. +1 combat shield just finishing now for Tan. We've got 1 Marauder on the way for Matt, as well as a Hellion as well. So he's really... And he's got a starport now in production as well. So he's keeping it mixed up.
Yep.
Keeping his options open.
Going bio, probably going to be getting medevacs or Vikings even. Try and win that air battle if you're going to go mass tanks. We also have Matt just sending Marines out everywhere to get a bit of a scout off. Killing that building SCV as well. So that was kind of a handy little trade, the Marine for the SCV.
That was.
Delaying that bunker just a little bit.
Yeah, Tan's going to have to pull a mining SCV to get that thing finished.
Yep.
At some stage.
Maybe he's just going to forget about it.
Yeah, what's a bunker between friends?
Yeah, now he's starting to go, he's got enough Marines. Probably doesn't need that bunker anymore. Anyway.
In the meantime, we've got Matt. Matt's combat shields are about a third of the way done, as well as Stim just started too. So those Marines are going to start getting a little bit scarier. And in terms of army difference here, we've got Matt with 27 Marines, 4 Marauders, and a tank versus Tan's 1 tank, 20 Marines, and 2 medevacs.
You know, I think if...
Pretty even.
Yeah, if Tan engaged the army as it is now, because he's got the stim and the combat shields already done, with that medevac support, I think he'd be able to take it. Especially now it's 25, 27. Because Marines do pretty well against Marauders. If it's mass Marine versus mass Marauder, the Marauders are going to lose. But instead, looks like Tan's going to be taking a third. So taking that third before Matt.
I guess it's not a bad idea. I mean, Matt has a lot of map awareness at the moment, and he's actually got a Marine, sneaky little Marine down there, so he knows this third is on the way.
Yep.
I really like that, just sending 1 Marine out to sort of every little spot, you know.
It's kind of like
it's a small investment, but to get that awareness of when timings are happening and when third bases are being established, you know, that's it's well worth, you know, the
handy
the money.
intel to have. It's kind of like a Zerg thing to do. Like they'll send Zerglings around to all corners of the map just to keep an eye on things. So yeah, I like that play. So it depends. Now the choice is up to Matt. Does Matt want to concentrate on his army a little bit more, or start building a third of his own? Because Tan is pulling more and more ahead with this SCB lead. And that's as he pulls ahead with that, he's going to be able to pull ahead with the army lead as well.
Yeah, that's going to follow pretty shortly.
Yep.
We've got 2 Vikings out now on the field from Tan as well, so I don't know what quite has prompted that from him, but it's not a bad move.
Yeah, well, Vikings are always handy to have in TVT. If someone starts going Vikings, you generally want to as well, because that makes their siege tanks just see 1 extra unit of vision.
Yeah.
So whoever can see further with their siege tanks is generally in a pretty good spot.
So you reckon that's probably just a gut feeling type thing where you're like, oh, these Vikings are going to be in handy no matter what, so I may as well just make some now, even if I don't know specifically what Matt has at this stage.
Yep. A couple of Vikings, they're not going to go to waste in TVT, definitely.
Nice.
Although we are going to see a drop here. Turrets on the way, but they won't be finished in time, although...
Planetary going up as well. Is that Planetary going to finish? It's
almost
just on the way.
So Matt is going to be able to get a few free kills here, but now the Planetary's up, so that push is definitely going to be shut down. Although he can, sit behind here and at least stop the units from mining, but no, taking a bit of damage.
Oh, these Planetaries do so much damage.
So much splash. Can you just stick those units on hold position? He'll be able to effectively stop these guys from mining.
It looks like he has now. They're just going to hang back.
Yep. Oh, that's not what he wanted. There we go. That disappears.
Ooh.
So 10, but that was good from Matt. Matt's definitely catching up in that harvester count now. Still hasn't taken his third though, has he? No third building? No, not as yet.
Mm-hmm.
But Matt instead moving out and also loaded up those dropships.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to try and put some pressure on...
Tan.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking, is he going to go the natural or is he going to go the third? Looks like he's going to go the third.
Oh, he's going to get that siege tank. That's actually great positioning. That siege tank is in range. Well, I should say actually the planetary fortress is in range of that siege tank.
So is it going to be enough? Because those SCVs are going to be able to repair that, and that siege tank's going to take a long time to knock that building down.
Yeah, that's true. Although it is going to be effective for drawing this entire army of Tan, so that this drop can do maximum damage. Although
there's the Vikings. Here come the
Vikings.
Vikings.
One dropship. That second one going down. Okay, so he's...
And this engagement down at the third as well, happening at exactly the same time. All manner of stuff happening right now.
Tan losing his third, but now looks like Matt's actually going to lose his entire army to Tan's. And Matt now might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to... No, his drop, I actually thought that drop was going to get cleaned up. So his drop is doing a little bit more damage in the main. But losing a lot of units right there.
Yeah, that army has died, but in the meantime, he's doing a lot of kills here. He's just absolutely working over these SCVs. They're going to try and desperately repair this orbital, but in doing so, making themselves exposed to just getting sniped by all of these units. Down goes the Viking. The Viking finally cleans up, and that Marauder as well, but in terms of work is killed. Matt is 12, 10, 6, so... How are we doing in terms of count now?
Matt's actually ahead in that harvester count, but he still doesn't have that third, so he's probably going to want to drop it soon because he's... Nope, his main's almost mined out. Do I have an SCV down there? He just doesn't have the minerals for it at this moment.
In the meantime, we've got Tan cleaning up the remnants of Matt's army there underneath the Zelnaga watchtower.
Yep.
And now I think he's going to push forward on his own.
Forward, perhaps. The advantage is going to Tan in terms of supply count. If he pushed into this, Matt hasn't got a lot back home, but he does have those siege tanks, and he is continuing with his drop play.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think he wants to keep an eye on what that third is doing. Has it been rebuilt yet? Is he still mining out of there, or is he long mining? Like, what's going on down there?
Yep. And we saw Tan just through that scan down as well, wanted to see what was happening with Matt's third.
Yep, so both players sort of playing it to try and work out how to get their own thirds, keep them, and kill the other guy's third.
Yep, and we got those tank counts are pretty even, but a lot more Marauders going for Tan.
Yeah,
which is going to make it a bit easier to bust those tank lines.
And here we go with Matt. It looks like he's going to drop, but not there. He's going to drop at the natural, actually, which is
very exposed, actually. No missile turrets here. And Tan's army is completely out of position again in the middle of the map, although he does have some units back here to try and deal with it. Oh no! Matt dropping in range of that one missile turret.
No!
Losing the medevac.
But a lot of SCVs are going to die as a result of this. Tan's...
I think those were they misclicked, maybe?
I think are they hold position? I'm not really sure. I think that, yeah, they may have been misclicked. So, a lot of them dying, not actually attacking, and kind of now just sort of scooting around going, please don't shoot me!
Well, but at the same time, no wonder Tan's not entirely paying attention. He's doing a drop in the main. which are out of range of these siege tanks. Although Matt, wow, has a lot of forces back
Yeah,
here.
that's a huge army now. So he's probably going to be able to clean that up, although it is kind of an awkward place to engage up and down that cliff.
Yep, these armies are a little bit split at the moment. Tan now on his own with these ones, so I think this part of the army is going to go down to Matt's army, although a bit of a choke, but still going to be enough to get rid of that. And are the two medevacs going to live or die?
And I think Matt's drop in the natural is it still going? So every single SCV has been cleaned up from there. Look at the kill now. 36 workers killed. So that's an absolute demolishment of that
dropped
line.
a lot of damage. Especially when there was only 3 Marines left. If Tan had just boxed all of his SCVs and attacked into it, he would have cleaned that up. But a bit too preoccupied with the drop that was happening up the top here.
Yep, and now look at the supply, SCV count and the supply count reflect the story here. We've got 32 plays 45 and 93 supply and 126.
I thought there was a second. I was like, what's going on here? The floating orbital was directly over the top of the other one.
Nice.
Oh, Matt definitely want to move those SCVs down. Take that third with his floating command center. But in the meantime,
more drops.
More drops.
It's going to cause some more pain, although the siege tank, just inside range.
Perfectly in range of that siege tank.
Wow.
Now all those
Unlucky.
Marines in the red and orange, but Medebank there now helping heal them back up.
And again, he's just going to be able to do a lot of damage to the SCV count here, just mopping up those SCVs, a few more kills there, and I mean preventing what's left of the mining here as well. Not really much left to go around, but still. Yeah, so Tan
needs to grab a few of
he
those
needs
units.
to just loop a few and chuck them in there and get him to actually clean this up, because otherwise it's going to suffer more SCV losses, and he really needs to stem those losses right now.
And Matt's going for more drops. Matt is going very heavy drop play, so we might be seeing that drop once again in the natural, or there are some units there, so I'll be interested in seeing where Matt sends these units, but his third is now up and running, as is Tan's.
Is he getting an orbital on that third, or is he getting planetary? Orbital. Okay.
Also, Matt's just brought his army up to not doing a drop, just to advance position, I suppose, in a quick way. Tan going for a fourth as well, but I think Matt might scout that one and shut it down. And Tan doing the same thing with this SCV there. So Matt had an SCV up here, potentially to build his fourth. Is Matt going to see that?
Has he seen it? I think he did see it, but he's just ignoring it.
Yep. He's going to stem into this planetary fortress. Can Tan react and get the repair on, or is it going to be too late? I think it's going to be too late. That planetary is just going to go down. So now Matt has cleaned up Tan's third. His third up and running of his own. And there we go. There's Tan's army coming down to try and... if Tan can get those medevacs while they're loaded up, that would be huge. But no, missing a bit of an opportunity there. That would have been terrible for Matt. And
yeah, he would have lost his whole army right then and there, but it looks like
unless Matt drops directly there, which he is going to do. So now Tan might be able to swing this game back in his favour, because if that army drops out, he's going to lose a lot of medevacs.
Oh, he needs to get them out of there right away. Oh, only one survived.
Get away with one.
5 Marines survived that. Yeah, so that play, just really went Tan's way. I think Matt got a little ambitious trying to take out that fourth at the same time, and ended up paying the price there.
But Matt, still with the supply advantage. Tan has a lot of minerals, so if Tan can just drop some production facilities, start spending that money, Tan's still in a fantastic spot. He's just, I think, struggling with all the drops, so he's got units spread across all of his bases because Matt's just hitting him from every angle.
Yep, definitely. And he's probably thinking right now he needs to get that fourth back somehow.
Yep.
I mean, he's actually moved his command center from the fourth back over to the third to get that third going.
Yep.
But he really, really needs to get that fourth back up and running. And I think Matt is probably thinking the same thing because he's just dropped a command center. So now the game's sort of almost moved on to the fourth base play. Like, how do I get my fourth? How do I stop that guy's fourth?
Yep, and here we go. We see Tan doing a drop in the main. Matt has 1 Marine, but it gets shut down pretty quick. So as long as Tan doesn't run into those siege tanks, he's going to do a little bit of damage here before that army comes and cleans it back up.
Yep, he's going to take out a couple of supply depots. Matt currently supply blocked as well, so he's want to be able to throw a few supply depots down. Yep, so they cleaned up the army now, and Looks like Matt is also keeping up with his upgrades here. I can see +3 armor for his ground units in the queue.
And that's the exact same. So at the moment, they're both on the exact same upgrades. It's just Tan doesn't have that +3 armor on the way, but he is 2-3 at the moment, just like Matt. And we are seeing another medevac load up, so we're going to see more drops from Tan. Although Matt, with his sensor towers, has got his whole base covered, so has enough time to react to the drops as they come in.
I think sensor towers is the right move for this game.
Yeah.
Obviously, both players looking to do as much drop damage as they possibly can.
Yep.
Opting to do that rather than, a big solid push down the middle or, tank pressure or anything like that. So, sensor towers in this, normally you don't see sensor towers everywhere, but I reckon it's the right thing to do right now.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know if I'm playing TVT and, I'm getting dropped a lot, definitely have sensor towers. But also I might have, say, on this corner of my base, I might put just 8 Marines and a medevac by themselves. So that way when you see the medevacs float in, you can quickly go there, stem them, and shoot those medevacs while they're full before they even get the drop.
Oh, speaking of drops, here's a drop that's sort of inadvertently occurring now.
Yep.
Matt has moved the base to the drop.
Although Matt has got a gigantic army, although there's tanks here, so that's going to do a little bit of damage to those Marines. But Matt, with that many forces, can just chew through that drop.
Yeah, just stimming and absolutely working over that entire drop.
Although
the medevac's all dead. Is this
get that mule to repair? I think that mule's going to be just in time to get that repair on.
Oh,
yes.
Yep.
Clutch save. So that planetary fortress is going to be saved. Assuming he then gets another SCV to get that repair on once that mule dies. Although that mule is he'll stick around for long enough to get that out of the red. So that planetary is safe, and we've got SCV transfer happening from Matt.
So that 4th base now up and running.
Yep.
In the meantime, Tan has got his 4th up and running now as well, and is doing an SCV transfer of its own. It's conga line time for the SCVs.
So we can take
on
about
both
half
teams.
of those. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We're taking them all up to the 4th now.
Just head over to the 3rd, and then let's go to the 4th.
There's a massive dance going on.
Just as long as we don't head to anywhere else and get slaughtered.
Yes, I want one of those.
Is that like a refinery truck?
Yeah, I want one. Can you imagine? That is what I want. That is like Terran's version of like a Baneling bomb. Imagine driving that into a bunch of Zerglings and just exploding it. Screw you, Zerg.
That would
be sick.
That would be pretty awesome.
But here we go. We got Matt coming in with a massive push to the 4th. Tan trying to repair that planetary, but there's way too many forces here to get that repair
thing
going.
is just not going to survive. There's too much damage going on, and now all these SCVs are under threat. They need to get out of there, but I think they're just going to get...
absolutely minced. So now Matt with a very big lead in those harvesters. So Tan deciding he's going to...
79. Wow.
That's a lot of workers killed.
That's more workers killed than I ever make. I'll be honest. Yeah, ever.
And so Tan is now counter pushing. Do we have any? We've got tanks here. So if Tan does not want to walk down that aisle. Goodbye, Marines.
Splitting, and yep, he's seen that they're being sieged now, so he'll probably stick to the left-hand side and just try and take out these factories. In the meantime, we've got a drop happening as well in the main. It looks like he's going to try and take out the orbital of Tan as well. Here comes the main army swinging in from the back to try and mop this force up, and now
Matt's got all the forces to clean that up. So now Tan is in a bit of a sticky position because these Marines are dead. Yeah,
they're gone. They're just going to try and do as much damage as they possibly can before they die.
Yep.
He's going to get a few SCV kills, but not a whole heap. Oh, actually, not as bad as I thought. Pretty good.
Getting a few of them, and there we go. That last bit of pressure there from Tan is cleaned up from Matt, and Matt now the supply advantage heavily swinging in his favor.
All right, so let's take stock of bases here.
All right,
Matt got a 3rd
and a 4th
and a 4th. Tan
got a 3rd.
Got a 3rd. 3rd's solid.
Yep.
3rd's planetary.
Has had a 3rd a few times. This is probably his 3rd or 4th 3rd.
But no 4th.
No 4th.
So Matt with a 1 base advantage at the moment, as well as a huge army, which could probably stomp that 3rd. I'm thinking he's going to do his favorite thing in the whole world and go to the 3rd and kill the 3rd.
Yep. Although Tan he's got the planetary fortress and a whole bunch of tanks. So he knows that this is where he needs to defend. He's not mining from his main or his natural. He needs to defend this, but maybe Matt knows that. Maybe he knows that Tan knows that Matt knows, and so he's going to start pushing the front.
I got a headache halfway through that sentence. But it looks like Matt is going to try and elevate these forces up into the main. He's probably going to steer clear of those siege tanks on the right-hand side.
Those Marines are going to accidentally walk into it.
Oh, dear. Oh, boy.
Although now we got...
I think he's probably just going to go for it.
I think he is, although Tan's back here. Oh, I don't know what's happening.
Oh, wow. Tan just lost a lot of forces, but Matt is losing heaps and heaps as well. Looks like those siege tanks now are
Finally
dead.
got cleared up. So now Matt with the siege tank advantage. One more siege tank from Tan sitting back here. And Matt also dropping. So now Tan's got to be everywhere. He's got units coming in the front, sitting on the low ground, and now up in his base on the high ground.
And they're stimmed up, and those are now 3-3 Marines, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, 3-3 for both Matt and Tan. What about the tanks? We've got one attack for those, and I think Tan might have been... it's the same as well.
Yep, so it looks like Tan is just going to be overwhelmed in the end here. I think
Tan dropping a mana mule.
he's got a mule. That may not do as much damage as he hopes, but
it's worth a shot.
I think Matt's now definitely got a foothold in the base, and it's only going to be a matter of time before. Although here comes some forces from Tan.
Matt's just everywhere in the base, though. I think he's just in too many spots for Tan to deal with. Tan's third is safe, but there's just units streaming in everywhere.
Yeah, Matt is really keeping up his reinforcements too. Like, he is maxed at this point. Yep, there goes the GG. Tan's realised that you cannot survive in this match without a main base.
No, main bases are pretty important. And there we go. The game has closed. So that game going to Industry Vets.
That's right.
2-0.
Yep. So in terms of stats on the board, Industry Vets after week 3 are tied for third on the ladder, so they'll progress to the upper bracket.
Yep.
Real Serious Games are tied for 9th, so they'll be heading to the lower bracket to battle it out, and that'll be knockout play starting next week.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. So, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
See you.